Hey, what's up guys? Everything Apple Pro here. Just wanted to talk to you about iOS 13. Today marks 1 week since it was released in the beta form, and I did update. I did the unthinkable and I updated my iPhone XS Max, my Apple Watch, and my main iPad just to sync myself into the experience. And I've had many asking me, should I update? How will it affect my iPhone? And Apple even warns you, you should not be doing this on your device, but for the risk takers that do want to, here's what you should anticipate and kind of what I liked in that experience. I know there's just a million features. I haven't even got to them. Just got back from my operation, so Band-Aid man sticking around for a little while. But anyways, so on my iPhone XS Max, the only reason I even updated personally was because the feature on the watch where you locate your iPhone stopped working. I updated my watch first and it didn't work with the iPhone on iOS 12.3.1, so I had to update. I was almost forced. Now, the first thing that I want to say is it wasn't as bad as I thought. After updating, it was fairly smooth. It took a while to stabilize. There were some hangs for the first few minutes, but after using it, after actually closing all the apps, opening them again, it started working again. Unfortunately, some apps do not work and some will crash frequently that just haven't been updated internally to support iOS 13. Some of your older apps just might not work the same way they used to, and that's okay. This is a beta. Although in the last week there have been many updates, I'm sure not directly related to iOS 13, there has been slowly improved support that I've noticed. One thing that I do enjoy a lot is the Face ID unlock is faster. Just from the get-go, right away, more reliable. Not necessarily that it works from better angles, it's just more often than not, I'm not rescanning and having to reslide every single time. I love that. And the swipe keyboard, man, it's really great to have this built into iOS, like a complete game changer for me. I love it. 3D Touch is still there, although 3D Touch is a little bit different now in iOS 13. It's a haptic touch, hold and press, although you will find certain elements of 3D Touch in different areas, so it messes with your mind a little bit. What used to be there isn't, so it's a lot of change, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Apple's just preparing the future without 3D Touch on the 2019 iPhones. And one of my absolute favorites is the music application. Now, not only with the dark mode does it look better, but the functionality, the ease of use has been made better. And the buttons are very bold, like you have better options. Personally, I think it looks cleaner. I love it. It's a great update. I certainly see a lot of inspiration here from Spotify in the best of ways. And the volume HUD, which I'd like to show you, but is not working, another bug here, is great when it works. So I like being able to manipulate it with your finger. It feels good. With the finger that you press the button, you can manipulate the volume HUD. It's just a well thought out system. And this is the first beta is what blows my mind, is if it's working this well in the first beta, beta 2, beta 3, and so on should be getting better and better and even more features, more changes, more feedback. And this is the first year where I'll actually be submitting feedback to Apple about things that I don't like and the such. So all around, it was a good experience. Now, I'm not saying this to entice you to updates. I'm just saying it wasn't as bad as I thought. Even iOS 12 was worse than iOS 13. On the iPad though, that's a different question. So on the iPad, the experience has been buggy, and on a personal one, I wouldn't do it. On the iPhone, it was okay, especially on a newer one, but on the iPad, I can't wait until beta 2 because it's been a little bit of a nightmare since that's my basically daily one. And speaking of the iPad, the side-by-side multitasking in the same app is by far my favorite feature on the iPads, especially in the Notes app, Safari application. It's great for multitasking, for media absorption, and just being able to do two things at once in the same app. I love it. And by far, the most surprising is battery life. I have not seen a negative impact on battery life using my iPhone for a week. It hasn't been overheating or warming up more than usual than it would on iOS 12, so somehow they nailed that. They added all these new features, the dark mode and everything. Well, the dark mode might help with the battery life, but I don't think it's as much as most people think, and it's just been great. I mean, I can't really say anything negative about the battery life. So all in all, iOS 13 beta 1 has been a positive experience. I don't recommend you update until beta 2 or public beta 1, but if you were to, no, it isn't a complete barren wasteland out there. It's not bad. Also today, iOS 12.3.2 was released for a fix on the iPhone 8 Plus. This is with the portrait mode. Anybody else will not be seeing this update. It's very interesting to see just a specific update for that device, but it's out. Anyway, stay tuned for the complete list of changes. Sorry, it's just personal stuff, working on the case. It's so hard to find time. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. Peace.